Wanjai Marumba, or G'day in the Jandai language of the people of Quandamooka country. Welcome to Term 4, Week 3 of our Religious Education Prosper Pilgrimage, where this week's character strength of focus is judgment. The strength collectively for the students is at number 18, and in order to be as honest as possible, it's found at number 17 for me, which presents many of us with an enormous opportunity to keep growing this strength. Judgment in decision making happens approximately 35,000 times every day as you journey into adulthood. And researchers at Cornell University estimate that we make 226.7 decisions each day on food alone. As your level of responsibility increases, so does the multitude of choices you have to make. Each decision, of course, carries certain consequences. With that are both good and bad. And this would mean that we've very many opportunities to practice right judgment, even if we have lapses during the day. For the usefulness of this video, I'll try and share briefly on 3 layers of judgment that I hope will assist you. The first judgment is judgment we make about people, circumstances, and judgments about ourselves. In the second video, we'll look at the second judgment, which is where we make certain moral choices or decisions that we need to consider. And the third is a tough topic of eternal judgment, of what will be experienced by God who loves us into existence. And we're filming today in what I like to call the consequence corridor, and that will become more obvious in the second presentation. Judge the action, not the person. From Gospel of Luke, stop judging and you will not be judged. Stop condemning and you will not be condemned. Have you ever met someone for the first time and without even taking or talking to this person, suddenly you come to the conclusion of what you think of them? Perhaps it was that they seemed a bit standoffish, or had a certain lack of expression, or seemed distracted. If we're honest with ourselves, we'd have to admit that it's very easy to come to an immediate judgment of others. It's easy to immediately think that because they seem distant or standoffish, or lack that expression of warmth, or are distracted, that they must have a problem. What's hard to do is completely suspend our judgment of others. It's hard to immediately give them the benefit of the doubt and to presume only the best. On the flip side, we may encounter people who are very good actors. They are smooth and courteous. They look us in the eye and they smile, they shake our hand or our elbows now, and they smile and they treat us in a very gracious way. And you may walk away thinking, wow, that person really has it all together. The problem with both of these approaches is that it's really not our place to form a judgment for good or for ill in the first place. Perhaps the person who makes the good impression is simply a good politician and knows how to turn on the charm, but charm can be deceptive. The key here from Jesus' statement is that we must strive to be non-judgmental in every way. It's simply not our place. God is the judge of the good and the bad. Sure, we should look at good actions and be grateful when we see them and even offer affirmation for the goodness we see. And sure, we should notice poor behavior and offer correction as needed and do it with love. But judging the actions is much different than judging the person. And we ought not to judge the person, nor do we want to be judged or condemned by others. We do not want others to presume they know our hearts and motives. Perhaps one important lesson we can take from the statement of Jesus is that the world needs more people who are non-judgmental and non-condemning. We need more people who know how to be true friends and love unconditionally, and God wants you to be one of those persons. Reflect today on how often you do judge others, and reflect upon how good you are at offering the kind of friendship others actually around you need. In the end, if you offer this sort of friendship, you will most likely be blessed with others who offer this sort of friendship right back. And with that, you will both be blessed. Lord, give me a non-judgmental heart. Help me to love each person I encounter with a holy love and acceptance. Help me to have the charity I need to correct their wrongdoing with kindness and firmness, but also see beyond the surface and see the person that you created. In turn, give me the true love and friendship of others so that I may trust and enjoy the love you wish me to have. Jesus, I trust in you. And as we finish this first video on being careful not to judge and to be condemning of others, we're going to move into the second video and applying that to our own selves, and also to feeling that ultimate judgment of God and not to be afraid of that. Kia kaha, best wishes, and we'll see you in the second video. Thank you.